Hi, I'm Rob from Rod's Been Running. I hope you're doing well, staying safe, training hard. We're back with a shoe review today, and this time it's for a road shoe. I'm a bit late to the party on this one, but I think it's a shoe well worth discussing because it's a shoe that's evolved over many years and many different versions of this shoe. So let's get stuck into the first impressions for the Saucony Guide 16. The Guide 16 is one of Saucony's support shoes for runners that pronate. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to find out more about pronation and how it affects runners. But let's get stuck into the shoe. So we'll start with some facts and figures for the Guide 16. So the shoe weighs in at a light 249 grams in a UK 9. That's 22 grams lighter than the previous version. Has a heel offset of 8mm, which is the same as the other old version. That's 35mm on the heel and 27 on the forefoot. Price comes in at $130 on the Saucony website, which is pretty reasonable for today's market, and it's the same as the previous model as well. And the shoe comes in multiple colorways for men and for women. Okay, so let's go through this shoe in a bit more detail. So we'll start off on the outsole. So the outsole is using Saucony's pretty good traction rubber. You see the sole's got a bit of blown rubber on the bottom there, just in the wear points. This outsole actually looks almost identical to the outsole on the Guide 15. But I say on wear points on the heel, around the side of the foot, which is where the medial support is, and obviously around the toes there as well, with this exposed EVA foam from the power run. I've not tried these in wet weather yet, but I have obviously been running them in dry weather, and the sole's pretty grippy, so we'll come back to that with my impressions afterwards once we've seen the video. But that's the outsole there. Midsole, it is using, as I mentioned, this is using Saucony's power run foam, which is really great foam, great cushioning. Used it in plenty of their shoes. Really good. Offers a lovely cushioned ride. Got a good geometry of the shoe there. See that? Really good for transitioning from heel to toe. Very comfortable indeed. The medial support, as you'll see on this side, just this plastic piece running around there. It's the same as the previous shoe. I don't think it's changed at all, but it offers runners that support if you're a pronator, and just as you're landing on your heel, perhaps you might roll in like some people do when they pronate. And this medial support is aimed just to give a comfy ride as you transition from heel to toe. So that's doing its job. So the power run foam is great, feels squishy, a little bit more squishy I think than the previous model. Yeah, I've got that previous model here, I'll come back to that in a bit. Yeah, it is, it's softer than the previous model, so it should give you plenty of bounce. And then we go to the upper. So the upper's been re-engineered, so there's a nice lightweight mesh fabric here, very lightweight. Lots of perforations over there as well to keep your feet nice and cool. There are plenty of structured overlays, as you'll see around here, the Saucony sign, around these eyelets as well, for the shoe, and around the front there, kind of like where the toe bumper would be. It's not really a toe bumper, but it's a structured overlay just to keep that that's secure, and a little bit around the back and the sides as well. There's a new loop here that's been added in for the laces. That's to give you a better lockdown in the shoe. We'll come back to the laces in a minute. The shoe's got average width in the toe box, same as the other Saucony previous model, sorry, the Guide 15. No changes there, I don't think. And it's true to size as well. I've got mine in a 10.5, which is the same size I get in all my shoes pretty much, and it fits very well. We have a form fit contoured sock liner inside, so grab that out. There we go. these are incredible. If you get these in your Saucony shoes, they normally put them in their I guess premium shoes, if you like. Really comfy and bouncy. Offer supreme comfort when you're running, so they're great. And that just allows the foot to hug, the shoe to hug the foot. It's been perfectly formed, so when your foot is in there, just sitting nicely in this little curved seat that is provided there for you. The tongue is gusseted in the shoe, which is great, so it stops it moving around. I remember in several versions ago, the guide, they never used to be gusseted and your tongue could slip left and right a little bit. So it's great that they do that now. And the lacing system, we come on to that again. It's a pretty standard lacing system here. However, I'm not sure if you can see the fabric that they've used in the laces there. It's pretty good at gripping, so I don't find that these laces slip. Once you tighten them up, you do them up nicely, they stay there. They generally do. I've not had any issues with that at all, really, in previous models as well. So I think the laces, if I check the previous model, yeah, so these laces are slightly different to the last one, which is good. I think they feel a lot more grippier. So yeah, hopefully we should get a good lockdown there with the fabric that's been used and these new loops, etc. Going back to the tongue, we've got a good level of padding in that tongue, pretty substantial, and around the heel collar as well, nicely padded around there, so it should be very, very comfortable. When I put them on, it was comfortable for the first time. And then we'll go to the heel cup. Plenty of structure in this heel cup, feels very good, solid, so it should keep you well locked into the shoe. Shouldn't be any moving around in there. Once we're locked in, we should be good. And then lastly, there's a pull tab on the back there just to help you get in and out of the shoes a bit better. So I took these out for a couple of runs recently. So let's have a look how they went, and then we'll come back and discuss it a bit more. Over a mile to the Player Todays just to do a 10k run, see how the shoe performed. But so far so good. Very bouncy. I'd say probably the most bounciest version of the guide that I've run in, and I've run in a few. So let's get cracking and see how this shoe performs. We are just over about 3.5 miles in, so 2.5 miles to go, and yeah, shoe's feeling good. So obviously tell you more when we get back, but cushioning feels pretty good, plenty of energy return, and the up is comfortable as well. So far so good. Right, let's crack on with these last 2.5 miles. Right, we're about half a mile back from the house now.
So just gonna get this last bit done, and we'll discuss how the shoes run when I get back. So I'll see you soon.
Okay, so we're back from the run now. As I mentioned, so I've done those 2 runs. I did 12 miles, so basically 2 10k runs in this shoe. As I mentioned in the video, it's very cushion ride, very bouncy, plenty of energy return, which is great. It's definitely the most cushioned Guide 15 that I've used to date, and I've run in the last 4 versions of the Guide. And with each one there's been steady improvements, whether that's been to cushioning, whether that's been to padding around here, as I mentioned, the gusseted tongue as well. So each guide has got better every single year when they've released a new one, so that's great. The shoe is aimed at being a daily trainer, obviously, but I think it can do much more than that. It can be used for your faster sessions as well. On my last run in these, I did try to give it a little bit of welly when I was going round, so I was getting to kind of like 7-minute mile pace, which is not quick, but it's quick for me. I'm not a fast runner at all, and the shoe just felt really good. I was able to go quickly, and the shoe just responded to that, which is really positive from a daily trainer. So it really is a shoe that you could use on race day as well. So yeah, I think it's a very versatile shoe, I would say. This upper is very comfortable as well. Found that extremely comfortable. It really did hug my foot really well. There was no issues with lockdown. Yeah, I just thought that it was a really comfortable place to be. Much like the previous version of the shoe, it was also a really comfortable place to be, and this is no different there. So yeah, I can say that although I've only run 12 miles in it so far, it's been an enjoyable experience so far. Let's just go on to the grip as well. Very good, as I mentioned before. I found it was excellent on the multiple hard surfaces that I was running on, a bit gravelly in places and that. But I think that's going to hold up really, really well. So we'll go on to durability and what I think about that. I expect these to hold up very well, extremely well. If I just grab my Saucony Guide 15s, which are here. So I've had these for, I guess, just over a year now, something like that, and I have run 575 miles in these shoes. And if you look at the wear on them, yes, there's definitely wear on the heel there. You can see the rubber is getting thinner, but there's still plenty of grip on the front of the forefoot there. And if you look at the power run there, sorry, just put it there in that way. Yes, it's been, you can see where I've used it a lot, but actually this shoe is far from finished. It can still do some good, soak up some good daily training miles, you know, some easy runs and things like that. So I actually think it's, yeah, it's gonna, this new one is gonna perform really well in terms of durability. The only thing that I've got on this Guide 15, you might be able to see that, it's a tiny little hole just coming there through on the toe, but otherwise it's been absolutely fine. So those Guide 15s are kept in good condition, so I expect the Guide 16s to be exactly the same on that. But I will bring you an update after I've done a few more miles in the shoe, just let you know how they're holding up, make sure that we've got no durability issues, no overlays coming off too soon, no issues with the flex point of the shoe or anything like that. So yeah, we'll go over that. So there is a link in the description if you want to take a look at the guide 16s for yourself. And you know, perhaps you need a new daily trainer. You could, and if you're on a pronator or an underpronator, a pronator or underpronator, these would be pretty good for you. Obviously, when you run on the trails, you don't need to worry about pronation as much, but certainly for road running, you do. So yeah, maybe go and take a look at those. So I think that's it for the shoe review. We've got some more videos coming up on the channel. Soon we'll be heading off later this month to Cornwall to do a week's training on the Cornish coast path, part of the 16-week training block that I start shortly for the Arc of Attrition, which the race is at the end of January, or towards the end of January. So looking forward to going back and achieving that one, as opposed to DNFing it like I did this year. So yeah, we're going to put in a lot of effort for that. Obviously I'll take the cameras with me when we do the training, hopefully catch up with a couple of YouTube friends as well while we're up there and do a bit of running with them, some of the local guys in Cornwall, we'll see. But yeah, should be a good one, so look out for that video coming to the channel in a few weeks time. So that's it for today. As I said, I'm going to leave a link in the description below for the Saucony Guide 16. And also a link in the description below for Pronation, so you can take a look at that and see whether you think you may be pronating and what you can do about it. So that's it, another review done on the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. So train hard, race hard, have fun, and until next time, I'll see you soon.
All I want